All right, Wake Up Barstool. Welcome, everybody. First show. If you're expecting to be like crazy excited, you haven't paid any attention to what I do here. So here's what we're doing. First day, FS1. I basically work for Fox now. I'm all over the network. The crew we have, Bosco, Brandon Walker, myself, Jay Williams, your first really interaction with us, and you're saying you're nervous, and I can't tell if you're really nervous or not. I don't think you should be.
Well, I wouldn't call it nervous, but the first thing I see when I walk in the door is a Mississippi State shirt.
That's fine.
So that I wanted to turn my butt around and go out the door, but I didn't.
There's nothing. Mississippi State's an irrelevant, and I know you're looking for things to say. Nobody cares about Mississippi State. And then we got the nerds in the corner. We got Meek, Phil, Bluntman. And look at that.
Look at that.
That's what I knew would be good TV. They're both ball guys. They're
ball knowers.
Stat guys. I had the Hoosier quote for Meek before, and I told him yesterday, I go, if Bosco's a chewing gum, I want to know what flavor is by the end of the game. So here it is. Here's the crew. Each day, we'll have a new crew in here. For our show, anybody can get, I mean, you were saying you're nervous, not funny. We spent time. I think you're a funny guy. But anybody can get cut at any time. Bosco, particularly, we started, and we already had a debate before we began. And I guess we can go back into it because I thought it was a good debate. I wish we waited till the show. But during the Texas-Ohio State game, the defining play of the game really was the Arch Manning incompletion, which we just watched. This is a third down play. I believe he threw it behind his wide receiver. And you tweeted, what was his exact tweet that he put out at this moment? Let's watch the play. This is the game, by the way.
Yeah,
14-7.
you got to make that.
That's like a 25-yard completion if he gets by that.
100%. I said the third down drop is what did them in. You got to come up with that.
So you think that's a drop?
By definition, when it hits somebody's hands and it goes down, it drops them. Whose fault is it? Yeah, it's the quarterback's. But saying
isn't a drop a real stat?
Yes.
So is that a drop in the stat category? No.
No. But
so then, by definition, not a drop.
But I'm not the only one saying, they got to come up with it. Arch, he's a world-class quarterback. You got to make a better throw there.
Is he a world-class quarterback?
Well, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, well, he doesn't look like it.
Yeah, he doesn't, for sure, to start, but he's supposed to be. But
that's not a drop in any world. So the point of the matter, when he did this, I can't have, and Bosco, before you were on this show, I did say, why don't we wait to have you on till college basketball? Because I don't really think you know football, watch football. I think a lot of times you make up your takes and would embarrass us on a national program. And then after this, you have this take and you call that a drop. And so can we put up what we have, the Bosco meter?
Yeah, he said third down drop did them in. You gotta come up with that.
He's getting cooked in the replies. Steve from Gloucester said throws behind him. That's on Manning.
Wait, we're doing replies on this show?
Yeah.
They're on charge.
They love
They're the geek squad.
Okay.
They love the
all right.
replies.
So there we have in the bottom right the Bosco demotion meter, and it should be on the safe right now. He's not close to getting demoted. That was old.
Appreciate it.
But at any time, if I think you're dumb, you're going to the nerd squad.
All right.
That'll be an ongoing gimmick of the show.
But in fairness, coming into the show, didn't you think I was dumb anyway?
In fairness, Bosco, I said don't come on till college basketball, and you gave me a puppy dog face.
No, I didn't.
You're like, oh, I really want this big opportunity.
No, let's lay out the
My
exact-
dad thinks that television is a big thing.
No, let's lay out the exact conversation. A month ago, you said, hey, you're in the mix for Fox. You said, I don't know if you could travel or whatever. The next day, I said, hey, I can make it work, no problem. You said, well, I haven't officially offered it to you. Sat on it. You came up to me and said, hey, I'm thinking for Fox, we go basketball. I said, all right, great. We got a big lineup. No problem. Then the next day, you text me and said, hey, we're going to make it work. Sunday, you're in.
No.
That's exactly how it played out. Be careful with him.
I believe you, bro.
Twist.
I believe
You want to see the receipts?
Do you believe him?
I think that was a drop catch too.
You thought that
ball?
drop?
That ball has to be caught by a receiver from the University of Texas.
That's crazy. It's behind him. It's a one-handed snatch. That's a spectacular catch if he makes that catch. This is so stupid that we're blaming this on the wide receiver.
No. I'm not blaming the wide receiver. Essentially, that ball has to be caught. You know how many bad passes I've thrown in my career that were caught? And that
no, I don't. You're a quarterback?
No.
You're talking basketball?
Yeah, same concept.
Did you really just ask him that question? Obviously, he was talking about basketball passes.
Why?
Because he was talking about basketball passes.
Yeah, but he was a big-time high school quarterback.
Well, I understand that, but he was obviously talking about basketball passes.
Well, I've never heard of a basketball pass being described as dropped.
Maybe it's not a category, but certainly there are passes he's thrown in his career that have gone through people's
Did
hands.
you play quarterback?
I did.
You were talking basketball, correct?
I was talking about basketball.
But if we're talking about football and someone says, do you know how many passes I've thrown have been dropped? I think the natural thought would be football.
If Jason Williams says it, I
Well,
lean towards point
but
guard.
Were you a quarterback?
I was a quarterback. But the bottom line is,
I don't even know. All right.
bottom line is that was a drop. That was you asked that guy.
Guys, it wasn't a
Get
drop
that-
per se.
Who was that receiver? Get him
That's
on
Ryan
the line.
Wingo. He's
He'll
a
say I
five-star.
dropped that ball.
He's a five-star wide receiver.
This
Should
is
he
dumb
make a spectacular catch when it is afforded to him? Yeah, he
That
probably
wasn't
should.
even spectacular though.
Yes, it
It would have been a heck of a catch.
No.
It would have been a heck of a
It's
catch.
behind. What are we talking about?
Obviously, it's on the quarterback first.
For sure.
What these guys are saying is,
100%.
if a ball hits your hands, you ought to be able to make
There
a
is
play
the
for
old
your
touch
team.
it, catch it, yeah.
But
For sure.
Can I remind you that how this conversation started wasn't debating that was a drop. It was such an unbelievably stupid tweet by Bosco that I may demote him. I'm not trying to debate whether that was a drop because it wasn't, and anyone who says otherwise is a moron.
But does that count towards his demotion? He tweeted it before the show ever
No,
started.
I'm
Okay,
giving,
good.
I'm
good.
laying.
And it was in the
All right.
moment. It was I'm saying, but if you're Texas in that game, you watch them go in the red zone a couple of times, come away with nothing. Like, that's the game right there. You're Texas. Come up with it. That's what I was saying. You got to come up with that play, one way or the other.
No, the receiver has to come up with the.
I never said the receiver in that.
Third down drop did them in. You got
These nerds, man.
Yeah, who are you talking to?
These nerds.
It's the drop. It's as much. I'm ruling it as a drop because he
receiver,
touched it and it hit his hands and
Ryan
goes to the
Wingo's
floor.
fault.
I'm just
By
trying
definition,
to lay,
a loose
I'm
thing,
just trying
that's
to,
the drop.
I'm just trying to lay the ground rules for the show.
That's fine.
I'm not trying to litigate whether it was a drop because that's not even a question. It wasn't a drop. It was a terrible pass. Now, what we're going to do to get into the show, generally, this should be on Mondays. So we'll be coming off the weekend. So I don't know why we didn't do the show yesterday. Everyone else was doing shows. That was a stupid mistake. We should have been on the air yesterday. We're on today. Fine. We're each going to go with our big takeaway from the weekend, which tentatively is called First Sip. We have a lot of lame, and here's something people are going to know. I don't jive with network people. Like, we have professional TV people here, all super nice, all great at their jobs. I don't do anything like that. I don't like clingy names. I don't like do this. Hey, put your mic pack away so they don't see. I don't care about any of that. So we're going to have to be like a work in progress here. Bosco, what's your takeaway, your first sip?
It's going to be a long march to the funeral here for Belichick. I don't know why, if you're a guy like that, you would come back to a team, especially, I mean, granted, there's probably only a couple spots he could have gone to, whatever, but like Carolina does not have a rich football history. What's the point here of what he's going to do? Like, what? I don't know why.
Oh, his 24-year-old girlfriend needed money coming in.
That's fair. That makes
Pretty
sense. But I
easy.
just don't know what, like,
There wasn't another way you could get it.
I don't know.
That's absolutely, no, I
Probably not the reason, but
definitely not the reason.
it's not the reason.
I just don't know what,
Definitely
like,
not the reason. She got
and
9 million
it's
real
you know, and if it was 95 or even 2002.
So your problem isn't college, it's just UNC?
No, I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a great roster. More so in 2002, 95, people would say, "Oh, I get to play for Belichick. He's controlling the kids." It's now shifted where the kids have all the power.
So is the
at any
problem
point, they're
UNC
gonna be like,
or college for you? You haven't clarified.
So if he just
I
taken
do
the
think it
Miami
was
job.
weird. Yeah, I do think it was weird he went to college in general. But if he was going to go, UNC of all of them is even more bizarre to me.
Of all the schools.
Yeah.
So it's UNC. Your problem's UNC, not college.
I don't know if I have a problem with UNC. It's him taking that. Yeah, why he would take UNC.
You don't like seeing Bill Belichick in this spot with a mediocre team in college football.
It's not that I don't like it. I'm confused as to why he would do it.
We're throwing you lifelines. You've said nothing. You're.
Yeah, I don't like him at UNC, I guess.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at, yeah.
So if it's a power program, you'd be like, fine.
Yeah, because you have a higher ceiling to achieve. Like, what's his ceiling at UNC? 8,
Well,
9
let me
wins?
ask you this.
Even at Belichick.
Colorado and Dion.
Yeah, that was, but
That's different.
Why?
he was coming.
Belichick's
yeah.
the greatest coach in NFL history.
But program-wise, Colorado is in the dumps. UNC is in the
That's fine,
dumps.
but Dion started Jackson State and worked his way up to Colorado.
yeah.
Belichick could have had his pick, probably. and he decided to go to North Carolina.
Well, could he have had his pick?
Maybe not in college football, but he could have chosen his next project. He could have probably had an NFL job at some point if he just waited a year or two.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I'm
think
not
it was
sure
over?
about- yeah, I think it was over for the NFL.
You think it's over?
I do.
Okay.
So you think he's done at UNC? Meaning, like, one game you're sold, they're never going to be good.
I don't think they're ever going to be elite. Could he get them to 7, 8 wins in 2 or 3 years? Maybe. But at that point, it's kind of like, what'd you do it for? Like, that's his crowning. Like, that's the way he's going to go out to get 8 wins at UNC. He was a legend at the NFL. Just right. Like, he did what he did.
So
it ended not great, but like, that's it. Just ride out.
You were mumble jumble. I don't even know that you got a point across. But I will say, I from what you were saying, and I consider myself a Bill Belichick historian, expert, however you want to say it. Obviously, I'm a huge Patriot fan, followed his career. I was stunned when he went to North Carolina. I've heard rumors, I don't know if they're true or not. The reason he took the job was like, and I think maybe even Caleb said this, maybe not, but like a handshake. Hey, I'm going to coach for 2 years, and then my son, Steven's going to become the head coach. He's the defensive coordinator there. I don't know if there's truth to that. College, to me, does not fit Belichick. It fits Deion. Deion's a rah-rah recruiter. Even if you look yesterday, how the celebs like LT and Jordan, they're up in the box. They're not on the field. Like you didn't have the Michael Irvin Miami on the sideline going bananas with the players. He's a different guy. He's not the run out of the tunnel guy. And these kids, like you said, do have all the power. I don't know how he translates recruiting, coaching, any of it to college. I thought they'd get killed yesterday because I think TCU is pretty decent. I just don't know how any of it works. I don't know how any of it works, and I don't know how I don't think he's on social media, but anytime you've been as successful as he has, you have people waiting to take shots at him. So, I mean, people in Jordan, those signs are hilarious, like the hair Jordan stuff. But all social media was yesterday is making fun of his girlfriend and him. It is a steep decline. Steep decline.
I think resurrecting North Carolina or resurrecting a college program at this point it's a young man's game. I don't see how if you have a whole career and 6 Super Bowl championships and you're on top of the mountain, how you can reset your expectations, reset your mind to go in and do the work necessary to resurrect a college program. It's just impossible.
It also, though, a 180, and I've talked about this, and I'm sure we'll talk about Ohio State later, but people are acting like Matt Patricia. Is Matt Patricia this? He confused Arch. They've never seen NFL schemes. People act like Matt Patricia was the first NFL coach ever to coach in college football. And then you have Belichick, and his team looked awful. So coaches go back and forth. It's the Jimmies and the Joes, not the X's and O's in college.
That's a fact.
It's a fact, and I was all over that pick yesterday. So now, when you do 2 minutes, that means we can go at any point to a commercial. Like if I'm like, oh, we wrapped that segment up nice, commercial.
Is that you saying now commercial?
Yeah.
Okay, he just said commercial.
All right, welcome back. We just argued through the break still about that drop, but we're not going to get back into it. I was ready to do the Walker Top 10. I forgot we haven't all done our big takeaways. So Rico was marble mouth with the first. I think he just summarized, said Bill Belichick shouldn't be at North Carolina. Brandon, what's your takeaway from the weekend or yesterday, whatever?
Alabama football is dead as a top program, and it is about time. For 20 years, I prayed on their downfall. For 20 years, I wanted Saban to leave. For 20 years, I wanted something to happen. All it took was Kalen DeBoer walking in there. Kalen DeBoer is 5-5 in his last 10. But more than that, you take over a Nick Saban program. Nick Saban will get blue chip recruits and get them to play like dogs. He'd get them to play hungry. He'd get them to play angry. Kalen DeBoer doesn't do that. They go out there, they look like a 7-on-7 all-star team. They're not playing hard. They're loafing. They don't have passion. Florida State beat them on the lines of scrimmage. You know how crazy it is for an Alabama team to get beat on the line of scrimmage by Florida State or anybody? They did, and Kalen DeBoer has taken about 16 months, 18 months, and absolutely killed Alabama's program as a top program in this country. I am happy about it. I'm an SEC fan who's just tired of living under the regime of Saban, but it is something to see. Alabama football is dead.
It's crazy to me that as an SEC guy, you'd want a kingpin because if they're bad, the conference loses a lot of respect.
This is where you guys have this misconception about the SEC. We're not sitting around in our trailer parks
from up north.
Right, we're not sitting around our trailer parks
guy.
and hoping that Alabama saves us and says, "Oh my goodness, the SEC is great." The SEC has great programs throughout. Okay, Georgia will step up, everybody will step up, whatever. It doesn't matter. But we're not rooting for Alabama. When Alabama did win, we would simply say, "Man, the SEC is very tough."
I actually do think you sit in your shanty shacks in Mississippi State, and you're like,
shacks.
"Well, we have
nice
Alabama, so SEC." I'll say, and also I did see, which I thought was kind of confusing, on social media, you taking like credit, like you predicted the Alabama game when we were.
Doing this?
Well, we were on Pick'em, and I literally, I actually said I like Florida State. I like the quarterback of Florida State. He runs around, he makes plays.
Who'd you pick in the game?
They were like, hey, you don't even. They were telling me I didn't have the right guy. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I do. He's a playmaker. He runs around. I told you Florida State would give them trouble, and then you were like, all you Alabama fans, I told you so. You have to apologize.
Dave, you didn't know his name. You were bringing all this information. You said, "Ooh, I like the quarterback." You know how frustrating it is to be on a college football show and a guy says, "I like this team." Well, who's the quarterback? I don't know.
No.
That's
a
lot of names.
That's what
That's a lot of names.
No.
I had it on my right.
I described him exactly correct, and you're doing a disservice to our audience and everybody because I can watch somebody play for 100 years and I forget names all the time, but I described him perfectly, and I knew he was trouble for the exact reasons I said.
I think you used the word short.
No, I said he's short. He runs around, makes plays with his legs, got hurt at BC. I loved him at BC. That's what I said.
There you go. I did tell him. I told him Kalen DeBoer.
You said Bama was going to kill them.
Now, let me tell you something. We do the college football show every week, and y'all make me take these picks and everything. I didn't have a lean one way or the other. I just knew eventually Kalen DeBoer was going to kill this program. Kalen DeBoer, you can't take a West Coast guy and put him into the SEC and expect him to succeed immediately. You got to be a little weird to be an SEC coach.
Rather than blaming Kalen DeBoer, whatever his name is,
Caitlin's my sister.
I would say 3 letters have destroyed the SEC in Alabama, not Saban. That's NIL. When suddenly everybody can pay their players, that conference isn't as good anymore. That's a much bigger. That's why Saban's not there.
I mean, I tweeted that very thing last year. How about Georgia and Alabama came right back down to earth as soon as everybody could pay players? Yeah, that's a thing. But 2 years as Big Ten winning the national championship does not mean that the SEC is done as a top-level conference. Doesn't mean that at all.
Top-level conference, not the best conference.
Big Ten and SEC are 1A, 1B right now. I've said that for a couple of years. I'm not going to argue that. I think they're both very good. SEC's better in the middle. Big Ten's probably better at the top right now.
I'd say all the way. Jay, what's your takeaway here?
I have to go Arch Manning, man. I think he's getting blasted a lot, and deservedly so. But I don't think it's all his fault. I think the defensive coordinator for Ohio State has a little bit to do with that. I think the coach for
we're going back to Patricia.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good at it. I think the head coach or whoever calls the plays for Texas didn't put Arch Manning in the best position to succeed. So I think people need to get off Arch's back a little bit, give him a couple more weeks. Actually, this is the first game he really started in college. So just think about that as a rookie or a freshman, so to speak, going out there and playing his first game at Ohio State. That's a tough game to win.
The weird part about Arch is not that he was bad or good or whatever. It's just sometimes he would just drop down to sidearm. He would change his mechanics. He would throw off his back foot, and he was doing all these things. He was seeing ghosts out there. Now, he started the season on the road, 100,000 people at Ohio State. That's a very difficult thing to do. But I don't think
some people.
I don't think anybody expected the mechanical.
For some people, Walker.
No, I heard you. I was ignoring.
Some people can walk.
I'm going to continue ignoring it.
Smash them physically. And walk
Not
out
really.
there.
Not really. Anyway, Arch Manning, I don't think anybody saw the mechanical breakdowns coming and the missed throws. Like that throw we've been talking about the whole time. Every quarterback in the country needs to make that throw, and he didn't make it.
Have you seen the clip from now after that game? And I agree with you, by the way. I think it's overreaction. But the clip of him playing in high school with that slow line, that they did that kid so dirty. Can we show that? People are like, well, no kidding, Arch Manning's terrible. Look who he played in high school. It almost looked like the old Zion clips when he was playing. Like, this is
the 12-year-old.
Yeah. What?
That little kid you're talking about in the AAU game, that famous clip?
Yeah, well, he played all his high school games.
Right.
I thought you'd be like, do you know the clip I'm finding?
Yeah,
Liam's
I have it
got
on
it.
my computer right now.
Now I don't know how this
Go
works.
Nerds.
Do we need clearances or we just put it up? This is one of those things. Let's get it up and deal with the repercussions after.
All right, it's on my computer whenever they're ready.
We have a clearance
ready.
lady out there whose brain just exploded right now.
Well, here it is.
She's doing her best.
Look at this. This is Arch Manning. Look at this kid chasing him down. This is everybody's like, no wonder Arch Manning is struggling. They lit this 470. Now this team, I mean, I don't know if this is who he's actually was playing 24/7. I saw other people be like, find a new slant because this is, I think, is the same high school Peyton and Archie went to, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Newman.
Peyton and Eli. Yeah. So, but this squad, they must have hung 100 on this team.
I think they play 2A, and in the regular season, they probably do play teams like this. When they get to the playoffs, they play other private schools that were very, very good.
But that's not even fair for either side to play teams.
No, that looked like a Barstool athletic.
70 wasn't even, I mean, the motor on 70 is non-existent.
Oh, but look at the heart on 70. He's still out there.
What are you talking about, Hart?
He's chasing a 5-star quarterback. He's giving it everything he's got. He didn't have much, but he had it.
That guy wanted no. Can you run that
You
again?
don't think that was
He
100?
may have been going as fast
You
as
don't
he
think
could.
that was 100%
Now
what he had
that
to
he's
get?
not
Look at
fast
him fight
enough.
through a double team.
Yeah,
Look at him fight through a double
this
team.
is zero effort right here from 7-0.
That might be all he's got.
Zero effort.
He's got to be faster than
You
that.
think he's still playing?
Well, the offensive lineman too, just kind of like.
This
Once he
isn't a
goes, he
great
don't-
tape. This is when the internet's undefeated, though, because right after he struggled, everyone like, oh, no wonder he did this. And then, to be honest, you had a lot of, which I didn't see any sense, racial undertones coming with it, where it's like, if Shador did this, everything always goes back to Shador. No matter what happens, like, well, why did people killing Shador? My big takeaway, I was obviously going to go with my experience at Ohio State, which I had a great time, my first time at Big Noon Kickoff, but anything can happen. And I said it to Jay on the way over. I travel with my own pillow. I'm a very
Oh, Lord.
what?
You travel with your own pillow?
Yeah, I can't sleep if I don't have my own pillow. And a lot of hotels are just, they've quit on giving good pillows. They have really thick ones. Your head goes like crazy.
That's how I threw my neck out last year. Bad pillow.
Yeah.
Tyrese
and-
Halliburton does the same thing. He sleeps with certain pillows on the road because he has a back problem.
Halliburton?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the great ones do, Meek. You need to get your sleep. The Langham Great Hotel in Chicago, they stole my pillowcase. They took my...
Not the pillow, just the pillowcase.
Yeah, and the one on the other side has a hole in the back, so you can't flip it to keep it cold. So that was actually the number one thing on my mind coming into this office. Other than that, it was going to be the Ohio State Michigan game, which I was at. The internet seems to be very torn on my performance. I've seen a lot of people saying it's disgusting. How could Fox Sports do this to college football? I've seen other people saying, oh, it's what you need. I will say, we've been doing this for a long time. This wasn't some new act. Here it is for like Big Noon Kickoff. This is the Barstool College Football Show, and it rotates, to be honest. Like, I'm the villain in Ohio State. I will be in East Lansing. If we go to Iowa, Brandon would be a villain. So this is what makes college football great. Rivalries, getting booed. It was a great day. I thought Ohio State looked good. I didn't think they looked great. But I'm excited to be part of the crew, and we'll see how it goes. I can't tell. Do we have the ratings in yet for how this did?
Surprised you high-fived so many Ohio State fans.
They were asking for it.
No, I mean, you made us very proud. You almost knew some players' names.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, you almost knew some players' names. You almost got up there and actually had some football points. Not really, but almost.
I'm not necessarily sure
Is that not
that's
what you're looking for?
Yeah, I don't think that's what everybody's looking for either. I mean, they don't, that's not.
He also acts like I don't watch the games. I bet on like 20 games a day. I'm watching all the football games. My brain, I'm 48 now. My brain is slowed down. Like, I forget names. I took Adderall this morning for the first time in a long time to try to get the engine going again. I'm not a names guy. I never have been. So if he's going to use that as the barometer of what I'm doing, then I don't know what to tell you.
So you've been doing this a long time. Were you nervous at all on the Big Noon Kickoff start?
Not at all. They actually, the production people said I was very low maintenance, and they're surprised I wasn't. I don't get nervous at that stuff. And these people, these Ohio State people, what am I going to get nervous in front of them? They can barely 1 + 1 = 3 for them. They're not the most intelligent crew.
Can I talk a little Ohio State? I know they're getting a lot of credit for beating Texas, and they ought to. They beat the team that was ranked #1 in preseason. They had 203 yards of offense. Their offense wasn't exactly explosive. You know, Jeremiah Smith didn't even, the way they were using him, I didn't know. And then the running backs didn't look explosive at all. They had 2.3 yards a carry. Like, Ohio State's getting a lot of credit, and they are a very good team, top 5 team, but I don't know that showed me they're the best team in the country.
Well,
their defense is good.
Their defense is good.
Yeah, and I hate that I have to be like a Buckeye defender. They played the number 1 team in the country.
They did.
And they beat them. I've seen some polls put LSU as 1. That's crazy. Ohio State's the number 1 team in the country, period. And I thought the quarterback looked pretty good. He was better than I was anticipating. I thought he looked calm, cool. I saw like there was one play early in the game, for example, where everyone's like, "Oh, they missed Jeremiah, whatever the hell his name is." He was wide open.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, but he hit the tight end right between the numbers. The tight end dropped the pass. Like, I thought he looked good. He's a Cali kid. He looks soft, but I thought he played pretty good. In fact, I thought most of the young quarterbacks, I thought C.J. Carr looked pretty good for Notre Dame. And obviously my guy, Underwood, the entire nation is talking about him watching tape, saying that he's the best quarterback freshman they've ever seen. He has an absolute laser.
My God.
He's putting the ball on the numbers. And I'll tell you what, they got the biggest game of the slate this week going to Oklahoma. And I'm hoping it was intentional. We didn't see him run the ball once. And everyone knows he's what, a 4-1 40 guy?
No, he's not a 4-1
4-1?
No.
Bluntman? So I hope
That's fast.
Yeah, that's fast. I hope they open
All right, so check it. You would have.
Why are we letting him say this
check it,
stuff?
Phil. Check it.
There was an exaggeration, but what are you going to say negative about him?
4.58 report.
I think he throws the ball very well. He has a great touch on the ball right there, and when he needs to throw it hard, I mean, he's got a laser on his arm. He's a good-looking quarterback.
Good?
I have nothing bad to say about him. I don't know if he was the best true freshman quarterback in the country on Saturday.
Ever.
I don't think he was the best true freshman quarterback in the country this Saturday.
Who was better?
The guy at Cal.
Jerron. I can't say his name.
This is
I
your
call him
guy, the
Jerron
Cal
Cage.
guy.
This guy was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Who'd
He's
they
like
play?
a Hawaiian Kellen Moore.
Who did
They
you
played
guys
Oregon
play?
State.
Mexico.
Oregon State on the road in Corvallis, true freshman, first star. They ain't easy. Every single throw he made is perfect.
This guy, Bryce Underwood, has every critic, every expert, every draft guru guy drooling. Now, did I play a huge part in getting him to Michigan?
Not really.
Yes, I played a gigantic part. Are we going to go into Norman? And by the way, I like Oklahoma. I have a tweet out there that I said, Michigan will defend Oklahoma's honor for the rest of the time now that USC is in our conference, and we will beat the crap out of Lane Kiffin every single time we play him. I said that, not Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, there you go. Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
Yep.
Every single time we play. See, that's where I do the name slip.
I got you. I had you on that one.
So I like Oklahoma, and I had a big conversation, rest in peace, with Toby Keith outside a hotel room, and we spent 2 hours talking about how much we hated Lincoln Riley. So I am an Oklahoma guy. I wish we could go to Norman. I never beat them there. Huge game, but this kid, this quarterback, even Ohio State, I saw Ohio State message boards. They were panicking. They were peeing down their leg. Oh, my God, this guy's the guy. This guy's the second coming. What are we going to do with this guy? Michigan did it again. We haven't beaten them in 5 years, and they reloaded with this quarterback. He's the best player we've ever seen. Now, it's early. It's New Mexico. They didn't ask him to do a lot, but he's making throws. If I had to say what he was, it's like a combo between, I don't know, Mahomes, Brady, and Randall Cunningham.
Good Lord.
Fair over one game versus New Mexico.
Come on, man.
It's fair. It's fair.
You had a 2-hour conversation with Toby Keith. How was he?
He was unbelievable. All he wanted to talk about is how much he hated Lincoln Riley. I swear to God. It was after a horse race.
Yeah.
He sang. It was actually one of his last performances at Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse. Great guy. And I saw him, and somebody's like, hey, he's a Michigan guy. He's in Oklahoma. It was right after he went to USC. He's like, I hate that guy. Grew up an hour, like 10 minutes, I think, from the stadium. All right, let's go to break.
Good.
How do you think the show's going?
That was a good go to break.
Well, he put his hand up.
I know, but that was a good job by you.
All right, we're back. I'm distracted because Walker's at Michigan going to lose 5 games this year, which is nuts.
Might lose 6.
You, I would say, is our college football expert.
That's right.
So let's get into this. Are we in the B block? Is that what they call this?
I think we're in C block
C,
now.
B. What block we in?
C.
C, perhaps.
Perhaps.
C, perhaps.
C. This is
Before
my
we get
first,
to the
this is my
top
first
10.
show. I'm unsure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Going
know.
to them as the TV
Honestly,
experts?
they've been doing A block, B block, C block. I don't know what any of it means. Is that just after the first commercial
That's
break
right.
you move along?
A is right after the intro.
Got it.
B is after the first break.
Thank you. Like you've done a ton of TV.
I was here for rehearsals the last 2 weeks.
Can we get the Nerd Squad to give us some feedback on how we're doing on the intro? I assume it's bad.
Yeah.
Most times the critics will be like pretty hard on us. So what do we got?
This guy, BWC Deals, he says, Rico sucks. Just point blank, plain simple, Rico sucks.
These are the critics we're using?
Yeah,
BWC Seals?
I'm familiar with that guy's work.
Okay.
He's on a watch list.
Dan Doherty says,
Yeah, he's an anti-Rico guy.
Dan Doherty says, great late night TV for me in Australia. As musicians are getting better with each rep.
Thank you.
Very
Man.
nice. And Barry Cohen says, great start for #WUB.
I don't like
Wake
that.
Up Barstool.
I don't love that hashtag, though.
People hated the logo. I was the one who wanted the suns in there because you wake up. People really hated it, but I won out because I'm the boss, I guess. I wouldn't mind changing it. I actually think it's a pretty basic, good logo.
This guy said, remove Brandon Walker for this show to be tolerable.
That doesn't seem fair.
I chose Walker.
Yeah.
I think Walker's very good at this stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What's his name? What's his at? I got a lot of Rico.
I don't think I can say it on air.
Okay, good.
Anything else worthy of it, or should we move along here?
We can move along.
So there's not a lot of chatter?
No, there's a good amount of chatter.
Let's get the chatter going. Makes us feel like people are paying attention. All right.
Chatter.
Walker's top 10. Now, we'll be doing this on Mondays usually. What?
You're not going to like my top 10. I'm just going to go ahead.
Because Michigan's not in it?
Well, Michigan's not in it. That's not why you're not going to like
You
it.
have LSU 1.
I don't have LSU 1. I also don't have Ohio State 1. This is my top 10. This isn't me projecting what I think the AP top 10 is going to be. It's mine. And coming into the season, my number 1 team was the Penn State Nittany Lions. I think they're the most complete team in the country. I think with the quarterback, with the offensive line, with the running backs, with the defense, I think they're the best team in the country. I saw nothing this week to make me change that. Penn State was my number 1. Penn State is still my number 1. What's that noise?
Look good against Nevada.
Nevada?
Oh, he gets to look good against New Mexico?
No,
But you don't have him ranked to that point, though.
I got Penn State 1, Ohio State 2. They did beat Texas. Listen, a lot of people are going about Ohio State 1. That's fine. This is my top 10.
I don't like that graphic.
I believed it coming in. I believe it still. Yeah, the Penn State kind of disappears into it.
Well,
LSU
it's
3,
like it should go 1 through 10. Like, I don't like the 2 rows. Go ahead, sorry.
I got LSU 3. They were very impressive on the road against Clemson. They won that game by 7 points. They could have won that game 27-10. The refs took 7 points from them.
Yep.
They missed a field. Brian Kelly took 3 points right before the first half ended.
That was bad.
Georgia number 4, Oregon 5. Not a lot here. I got Miami at 6 because I'm very impressed with them.
Can you keep that up so I can look at it? Thank you.
We got Texas 7. Listen, they're not falling very far. A lot of people aren't even going to drop them to 7. Clemson 8. They shouldn't drop very far either. They're also a very good team. And welcome Florida State. It isn't that they beat Alabama. It's that they physically look so much better than Alabama. They beat them up on the lines of scrimmage. They beat them up at the point of attack. Their quarterback did everything that you said he was going to do. I'll give you credit for that. You did say you didn't have his name right, but you said what he was going to do, and he did it. And then Arizona State, fresh, getting ready for a loss this weekend in Starkville, Mississippi. That's my top 10.
You talked about Alabama, too. The other thing that jumped out watching that, they looked undisciplined in terms of penalties as well. On sportsman-likes, after that, you knew Saban would have been chewing them out. They just didn't look good at all.
Saban got the best players in the country to sign with Alabama, and he got them to play hungry, smart football, disciplined football.
He probably paid him.
Well, I'm sure he did.
Yeah,
but
so now everyone can pay. Listen, we have a fundamental difference in how. So you're right. I don't like your top 10.
I knew.
Well, I understand your logic. My issue with it, and there's a lot of different. This is like a committee poll. I think you judge. First of all, I don't even think you should rank teams before the season. Right? I hate that. I think you should play week 1, see what happens, and then rank the teams. My issue is you don't always do what happens on the field. Like, you have to me, put. Yes, Penn State, you have them 1. They didn't play anybody. Ohio State, to me, has by far the most impressive victory of week 1, beating the number 1 team in the nation. That makes them 1. So you got to go with what you see. For me, I would have 1, Ohio State, 2, LSU, 3, Florida State. And that's just based 4, Miami. Now, you may want to juggle those, but those are clearly the 4 best victories by virtue of the schedule. And then you go see how they do. I think Michigan's a top 10 team, but it's early. I don't put a ton of stock in early polls, but those are the teams that all had big wins, and I'd get Texas out of there, and I'd get
Alabama?
Yeah.
Notre Dame?
Clemson lost.
Yeah, Clemson, that's the other one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Out of there. If you're 0-1, you can't be a top 10 team. I don't care who you lost to. You're 0-1.
I think that's preposterous. I think if you're going to reward a team like Ohio State and LSU for winning these top 10 games, I don't know that you punish teams for coming out and scheduling actual tough games. Texas scheduled Ohio State on the road in week 1. I'm not going to punish them severely. I'm not going to drop them out of the top 10. That's just lying.
But
for me to say Texas isn't a top 10 team is lying.
But you're 0-1. You haven't won a game, and a lot of teams have. What do you think of the top 10?
No, I'm with B. I don't think they should drop out.
I like that. Yeah.
And Florida State beat Alabama. I'm not putting Florida State in the top 10 either. Just
why? That's crazy.
Well, just because you're rating good victory.
Yes.
But a good victory is not a good team. Not necessarily mean a good team. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Really?
I don't know what that meant at all.
Well,
they beat.
He's
Alabama.
a Florida guy. He's hating on Florida State. I like it.
I'm not hating on Florida State because of the Florida part, but Florida will beat Florida State at the end of the season.
But Florida State beat Alabama.
I understand, but Alabama's not a very good team this year. Like you said, not this.
Brandon and others had them like pretty good this year.
No, I had him in the top 10. I had him like number 8, but I didn't believe
That's
in him.
pretty good.
Yeah.
There was like 11 teams that could have been in the top 10
Now,
this year.
Florida State,
After 11, everybody's at
I'll
question.
say this about Florida State. They've been an up-down team with Norvell. They were awful, people calling for his head.
Yeah.
Then they make the run to the national championship, get absolutely screwed, not get into the playoffs, it was 4 at that time, right?
Yeah.
Get screwed. Then last year they can't win a game. Who knows what they could be a legit playoff team this year.
Well, it's the volatility. You talk about the NIL and everything, how it's changed
And
football.
transfers.
The transfer portal has changed it just as much as NIL. You can change your team completely in an offseason. You can change it from 2-10 to whatever they are this year, which is going to be a heck of a lot better than 2-10. So they suffered at the transfer portal last year. They got the wrong guys. They got the wrong quarterback. This year they got the right guys apparently, and I'm going to put them in the top 10 right now because, and again, Jason, it's not because they beat Alabama. It's because how thoroughly they whipped Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama does have great college football talent if it's not coached very well. They've got great college football talent, and Florida State just made them all look so pedestrian.
Dave's been trying to tell you for a couple years now that quarterback was coming down there.
He has not.
By the way,
know his name.
if you don't want Florida State in there, who do you want ahead of them?
You know what? Florida.
Yeah, I figured that.
I actually think Florida's going to be very good this year.
So they didn't play anybody either, but they looked really good. And there's levels to not playing anybody.
Because the quarterback's very good.
Yeah, the quarterback is very good.
Receivers are good.
Receivers are
pretty
good. The offensive line's good. The running backs are good.
You're not sold on the coach.
I'm not sold on the coach. I don't know that in these tough SEC games he's going to make the difference.
See, I am sold on the coach just because everybody like yourself's been writing him off for years since he's been there. But I think Coach Napier has been true to his style since day one.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed for guys like yourself. And when we're over here talking smack about how bad he is and how he needs to leave or how he needs to get fired, but he stayed true. He's been doing the same thing for 4 straight years now, and I think we're about to turn the tide.
But my problem with that is, like I just said, Florida State just changed everything in a year. It doesn't take 4 years to build a program anymore. At the most, it should take 2. Even if you want to be patient, it should take 2. It's taking them 4. Now, this is 4th year, and they do look the best they've looked in a long time. So we'll see what happens this year. If they finish top 10, I'm an idiot and I'm wrong.
Sometimes it does take you 4 when you do it the right way and you
First of
don't
all,
cheat.
He
You know what I'm
exceeded
saying?
expectations last
takes
year,
a little bit
too.
longer.
Everybody had them
You've
down
never
last
heard
year.
him ever say that he'd admit he's an idiot. He's wrong ever. Let's go to break.
Say that all the time.
Never. All right, we're back and we're figuring out the show and we're still doing the thing. But before I go to the nerds, because they're going to put tweets up, first of all, during the break, Bluntman, you got to be better.
Yeah.
Because you were like, what about Utah? We forgot about Utah. I want you to chime in.
Yep.
You have to be on. I said that. You guys, if you feel like you have to jump in, just jump in.
Will do.
Okay.
He should have had Utah in top 10. I warned him a
Absolutely.
few months ago.
I want to put somebody on notice in a win. This is my on notice. Is a new segment. Even though you won, you're on notice. And that's Mario Cristobal. That play calling at the end of the Miami Notre Dame game, he won, but he's lucky. They tie game, and he settles for a 45-yard field goal from a college kicker, acting like this was an extra point, and leaving a minute on the clock for Notre Dame. he already has a reputation as screwing up time at the end of the game and clock management. I saw you tweet about it. That was some of the most cowardly play calling. He got away with it, but he's on notice.
Yeah, he played not to lose.
He played not to lose.
Notre Dame did have timeouts. Sorry, they did have timeouts.
You get you get a first down there.
Yeah, you're right.
They're irrelevant.
Changes it. You're right.
Those timeouts are irrelevant. If you get a first down, plus you can get closer for the field goal. Like he could have broken their back right there. His defense came through for him.
Correct.
It ended up winning. He ended up winning the game, and that's great. They deserved that win. They played very well. But I thought that introduced an element of them having to play defense for a minute when he didn't have to do it. If you go for it,
and a minute in college football is an eternity.
And it's
stopped on first downs. 100%.
With the way that quarterback for Notre Dame was throwing in the fourth quarter, I felt like they really played with fire there. They got not lucky. They played good defense, but you're exactly right.
On notice. That's why he's on. Because if you will lose. If that's how you're going to manage the end of the game, you will lose a big game calling plays like that, and then we can rewind the tape and be like, Dave put Cristobal on notice. Side note, they tried to recruit me for NIL. I had dinner with them one night, and they gave me they were rolling out the red carpet, steak, medium, big, the big sides, the potatoes. They're like, so, you're a Miami guy now. It's like, are you guys trying to get an NIL check from me? Because I went to Michigan.
Yeah.
I ate the steak, no check.
Is that our friend Danny who set that up?
Danny Boy Kane was involved. Congrats, Danny.
Danny Boy Kane was involved with that?
He was involved with that.
He's involved
100%. Yeah, I knew that. That's why I asked.
Like Danny, it's all about the you with Danny Boy Kane.
How familiar are you with his work, Danny Boy Kane?
I don't know much at all.
All right.
Danny Boy Kane's the best guy on the internet. Huge Miami fan. Okay. I'm friends with him, friends of the program. He was given play-by-play of the Miami game. The intro that we have, shout out Sparks, that like Barstool intro thing with the bear coming out. It's a whole thing. But I did want to put him on notice. Now, let's go. I don't know how much time they're saying go to the nerds for the social component of what we're doing. These are things that just were happening across the internet that we want to react to. We'll see how this segment goes.
Yep, stuff that was happening in college football. The first clip that we have, whenever they're ready to show it, it's LSU fans taking over the real or fake Death Valley.
This is awesome.
So yeah, this is after they win at Clemson. I don't know if there's people out there that have issue with the.
Oh, I do. I know people in Columbus. Imagine if you did this. Imagine if you beat Ohio State and you start dancing on the field.
Well, that's
you're
going to have rivalry,
state
man.
legislature. You're going to throw them in jail, ban them from the stadium.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Why?
How'd they get out there?
Just because
Clemson has this field storming after every game. They just went out there with the Clemson fans. Yeah, this is fine. They're not.
What's
also,
your
they're not hurting anybody.
what are the players are in jeopardy at this point?
Jeopardy by a little girl in a cheerleader uniform.
What kind of dance is going to hurt a player? You can do a dance around a player.
No, yeah, dancing with the alcohol and all that involved.
Well, as LSU fans, it's going to be alcohol involved.
Yeah, I know.
This is the duck.
Wait. But you said, hold on.
What did I say?
Field storming after Clemson wins. Clemson didn't win.
Clemson does it regardless, right?
Clemson will do it if they beat Charleston Southern.
Yeah,
one of the lamest
Clemson
traditions
fans,
I've ever seen.
I understand that Clemson fans just go down on the field.
But they lost.
LSU won the game.
I don't know what they're not getting here.
You're saying field storming when they win.
Clemson fans, I believe,
put the
go
meter
there.
up. Put
no matter
the
what
motion
happens.
meter up to halfway on Bosco. We got to go to break. We got to talk about the duck too. This duck we should have had on the program. How do you get the duck? I want to talk about the duck.
You want the duck?
I want the duck and find out what happened here. Yeah, I would have liked him to talk to the duck. I loved his reaction. We got to go to break. Get the motion meter up halfway for him. We can come back. You're stupid. We'll come back after the break.
Why am I stupid?
I don't know why you're stupid.
Yeah, okay, it's a hard reset. Welcome back to hour two. We have a couple things to get into. We got talking pickup hoop between Jay Williams and Bosco.
The whole time they're just talking men's league basketball.
Yeah, which is right.
In fairness, he brought it up.
I'm just trying to keep my man's meter in the middle.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I know Jay, and people may be like, how Jay Williams get involved with Barstool? It really started because you started appearing on a bunch of podcasts, basketball podcasts, and you DM me and you're like, hey, I'm a big Barstool fan. Like, I'm looking would you ever have interest in doing stuff? And then we became friendly and I thought he'd be a good fit. I don't know how much you know about Barstool, but you guys going back and forth and Rico saying, rec league refs have to sprint if not. I just want to give you background on the guy you're talking to just for a second, in case you don't know.
Well, I'm already a little low on him if he's talking about he's a referee. Because there's not one referee out there that's worth a nickel.
He's also a psychopath.
Okay.
So this is a man. We did a college basketball tournament, and this is a little Barstool history, but we did a college basketball tournament. We hosted it. It was ours. Like, one of the mid-season Division I teams. We announced it. Rico was working the broom. He was on the baseline. He was being a little bit of a pip. Like, he had attitude, wasn't happy. So he's working the broom. Comes to find out, months after the fact, this guy, there's a picture of him with the broom near a coach. He photoshopped the broom out of the picture without telling anybody. He did this without this, never was supposed to be public knowledge.
He got somebody else to Photoshop it.
Somebody
I
else
don't know,
doesn't know how to do it. And hung a picture in his basement so it looks like he's talking to a college basketball coach when in fact he was using the broom. You were talking to a psychopath. So if you're thinking you're having intelligent conversations, do we have the broom picture?
We all go through up and downs. I was at a low point. You know what I mean?
But
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
you don't think that's like the craziest thing you've ever heard?
No, it's
You haven't seen the
different.
picture,
It's in
Jason.
the team
It's
picture.
different.
I have the
Yeah,
picture
Meek has it.
without the broom.
We got to get it with the broom, then without, Meek.
I'm trying to get both.
We'll put it up when we get there.
Got to know your role, right? Just know your role.
No, he does not know his role. Oh, I know what I had to do. I need to issue an official apology. We got to clean up some Barstool business. I guess we're putting ads on this show, and on that scroll where it says "Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool," it said "Tune in to the unnamed show on Thursday." The graphic had myself and Ryan Whitney.
There
This
it is.
graphic. Now, we're missing one very important part of the unnamed show, Kirk Minahan, who also psychopath and a legion of fans that will not take to Kirk being left out of this. I have no idea who made this graphic. I had no idea who put this up. It's wrong. He should be in it. And I apologize on behalf of everybody involved. This is a travesty, and he's got to be on it. So sorry for that.
Three-man show.
Three-man show.
How many of these graphics are we doing? Can I get a mostly sports graphic up there?
I don't know who's making these graphics or who's making these decisions or why they're going up or what we're doing.
There we are on the Barstool College Football Show this weekend in Ames, Iowa.
Have you ever been?
I've never been to Ames. I'm very excited. I've been to Iowa City, obviously.
So Iowa City is a great football town. I've been told Ames, not a great football town, great town. I've been told Ames is not like Iowa. It may be.
Thank God.
You know what? It could be, here's an analogy you'll know. Oxford, Starkville.
Right.
Mississippi State.
Right.
Kind of those.
Bad people, good people.
Well, we'll see. So I'm excited to go there. We're staying in Des Moines. That's because I guess there's nowhere named. So we are doing that this weekend. Let's clean up the duck in the last couple. Wait, but first of all, where's the broom?
Yeah, we
got
have
it.
that.
We got it. It's
Give
coming.
1 second.
We're getting the broom. The broom's getting got right now.
Right.
So there,
There's the broom.
there's,
There's the broom. There he is sweeping.
Sweet J's.
He is the broom guy. Do we have the picture?
I have the one without the broom, if they could show it.
Yeah.
They just keep going to the broom.
It looks like he's coaching him.
Now let's get the one that he photoshopped. Again, he used one of our guys, and the guy tattled on him. Months later, he goes, "I can't sit on this information." It's almost like a terrorist threat. Like if somebody's going to Photoshop a broom out of the picture, you have to escalate that. This is the duck.
Yeah.
I think we need a T-shirt with him holding the broom.
Wait a minute. Nerds. We never got the picture without the broom.
Yeah, we did. We showed it.
We showed it.
They had two of them. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I
the main
have-
one though with the coach.
We didn't have the
They had
main
the
one
big
with
one.
coach.
I got
We had the
church.
refs and the
All right,
player.
that was a little.
Shout out.
There
There
it
it
is.
is.
That's the one
Yeah.
that you're hanging in your basement, right?
No, not that one.
It's the one with the coach.
I like the one.
The FAU
Coach Church, yeah.
Okay.
Coach Church.
Imagine hanging that.
Now he's at
That's a
Michigan.
good one.
That guy's at Michigan.
All right, let's get back to the
With
duck.
Dusty.
Yeah, he used to be at Florida with
Yeah.
Dusty.
Yeah.
So I love this guy's reaction, actually. Like, it's an innocent fall.
Yeah.
Your head falls off, and you scream out of there like a bat out of hell.
So this is what they're taught to do. This has happened before with the Oregon Duck. The Oregon Duck fell a couple of years ago. He immediately runs, and somebody else's job is to run, get the head. See the guy running to get the head? There's a guy at all times that has to go run and get the head. Sounds great.
Objectively hilarious.
When I first saw it, I thought almost it was an intentional move to grab, like, headlines, but I think this is organic.
I think it might be a plant.
You do?
I do.
Yeah?
Me and Jack Mack kind of think it's plant.
Jack Mack thinks everything's a plant.
Yeah, I know, but we're pretty social media trained for this. First game of the year, you're playing Montana State, great FCS team, but nobody's really going to be keeping tabs on Oregon. There's so many good games going on. How do we get eyes out in Eugene? Oh, the mascot lost his hand, his head. That'll go viral on
This
Twitter.
is just somebody in the stands. This isn't like.
Of course it is, but they have the angle from Fox just immediately on the duck when they cut to the start of the game.
Liam, believe in something.
I'm
not
not
believing.
I consider myself a very critical internet guy, and I may be leaning with Liam.
Thank you.
Here, the nerds. I don't know.
Why doesn't
every
he look,
year?
He goes like this quick, but like wouldn't your first instinct be try to get the head,
No.
put it on as quick as possible?
As soon as the head comes off, they're trained to get out of there. I'm telling you, it's happened before. Okay. It has happened before where the duck has come out there, he's messed up, the head fell off, and he is trained to get out of there.
He did against Colorado.
Mascot culture, everybody, learn it one time.
Yeah.
That was actually my favorite quote of the whole weekend was Ralphie is indifferent to running.
Yeah.
Colorado Buffalo.
Aren't we all?
Indifferent to running, and they are breaking a new one. Let's move along to the next internet clip that we have here. The Bosco with the broom. We already, I think, showed that.
It was a low point.
Oh.
What? Go ahead.
Is that it?
Open forum.
Was it a low point?
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
Yeah, that was
That was right then?
the beginning of the end.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Which was the end of the beginning, if you think
Yeah,
about it.
everybody gets a second chance.
All right, our next one was in Arkansas.
Oh, this is unreal.
Congrats on the divorce, Grant. Plenty more fish in the sea.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
So Grant paid for that on his own?
yeah, I have no problem with that.
You don't think Grant did that?
I think his friends did.
You think his friends did? Okay.
I don't think you could be the guy like telling your friends, oh, look at me on the divorce thing. I think his friends put it up there for him.
I had a bigger problem. Not problem. The FSU Alabama proposal.
Yeah.
Like proposing week 1 college football. I don't know if that's the most romantic.
So, what if they had lost?
You
He
keep it in
waits.
your pocket.
You keep it in your pocket.
100%.
So what if they go 2-10 again? You just don't get engaged this season?
Exactly.
So he got real lucky that he just happened to have the. You think he carried the ring around all last year?
No.
I mean, I think getting engaged.
Do we have the clip?
If they're both diehard fans, getting engaged on the field moments after your team beat Alabama, pretty good. Pretty good story. If they're both diehard fans. But again, if they had lost, he's just that ring's burning a hole in his pocket?
I guess.
He waits it out, yeah.
Yeah.
That Boise.
Remember the Boise guy?
That was unbelievable.
If they had lost, yeah, and the
Ian
reporter
Johnson.
ruined the
Chris
surprise.
Myers.
Yeah, he ruined the surprise.
Chris Myers.
No, I
Fox
have
guy.
the.
Chris Myers was doing. I met him.
Did you?
He was doing the car race.
Wasn't he the guy that almost got in a fight with the? No, that wasn't Chris Myers.
Fight with who?
The baseball player.
Oh, no, that was
with
you're talking about
Dion?
Chad Curtis. That was
Who got in a?
no, it was the guy. It was the baseball guy. It was Chad Curtis. He came home, and then he's like, "No, I'm not going to talk to you," and walked right past him.
That's right.
It was. I don't remember his name.
No, but I don't know. But who got in a fight with Dion? I remember that clip.
Remember when Dion poured the champagne?
That's Tim McCarver.
That was
Yeah,
McCarver.
that's what I'm
Tim
thinking
McCarver.
about. Tim
Yeah, because Tim McCarver was very critical of him playing in the World Series and the NFL on the same day.
Yeah.
We can't find the Florida State one. The link that you sent the other day is unavailable.
They took it down.
I think so. We have the Duke's Mayo.
Wonder what the reason for that is that they took it down.
Yeah, all we have is
Think
the
they-
Duke's
you think they
Mayo
broke up already?
proposal.
Maybe.
Believe in something.
Yeah, you guys don't believe in love at all over there.
All right. Let's wrap up. Is there any lingering thoughts, college football, before we move along to the National Football League, which is getting ready to kick off Thursday?
I just want to say I kind of appreciate what we got this weekend. We got 3 top 10 matchups. You know, it's rare in any Saturday to get 3 top 10 matchups. We got it in week 1. We got it off the rip. I know Ohio State beat Texas. I know Clemson lost, and I know Notre Dame lost. But those teams being willing to do this made for a lot better college football watching experience than it would have if they all played New Mexico or Nevada or Southern Miss or teams like that. I threw my team in.
Well, who do you play this week?
We play Arizona State, a top 10 team at home. Who do you play this week?
Oklahoma.
We
On
play a
the
tougher
road.
team, a much tougher team. Play a top 10 team. Thoughts?
Well, you schedule it far in advance, so Oklahoma would have thought to be a tougher one.
You would have thought.
But those teams are willing to do it because the system is doing right now.
The system
It
is
used to be
built
you
to
lose,
let them do it.
you
You're
lose,
right.
and here we go.
But
and it's like,
weren't these games scheduled far before the playoff?
The Ohio State-Texas one was scheduled in 2011, I think.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very funny that people were like, hey, look, Ohio State and Texas, the balls of the top 3 teams to schedule each other. Texas, well, we were making the memes, they weren't even back.
Just let me give them credit for giving us a great week 1.
No.
I will say it also is a lot easier because of the playoff, where now they're scheduled before, but these losses, I mean, it really shouldn't matter if you have a good season. It shouldn't dictate you getting in or out of the playoffs. All right, we're back. I love the nerds. We were talking about that earlier, going back and forth. And we were also talking a little Jay Williams, and this is something that I don't know that I'd be able to stop doing. We asked you, and you're very recognizable, obviously. You don't play pickup basketball anymore.
No.
Stopped 6 years ago, you said, because if you got hurt, then you couldn't golf.
Yeah.
How good are you at golf?
Depends on which way the wind's blowing.
Handicap?
Like a 4.
4.
Oh,
So
pretty damn
really
good.
Yeah.
Now,
Like a 4.
but when it
being humble.
your game is like a pickup game that you don't. If I had the skills you had, being able to go into a gym with a bunch of guys and just like do the things you can do, I would never be able to give that up.
Well, I don't have that choice, Dave.
If you walked into like, do you still? What do you mean you don't have that choice? You could play pickup basketball.
Well, I could, but I just can't. I can't move like I used to.
So would it be? Would people be like, "Oh, he's going to be unbelievable," and you're just a shell of yourself?
For sure.
But you can still. Like,
I mean, I'll still hold my own. It's like you're not going to take the ball from me, and
But average guys like us, you would just, if you go out to a league of that, or even competitive
Are you doing
guys,
like
you're still
around
gonna
the
be
back
way the
off
better.
someone's face still?
yeah, probably I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would want to do that.
You'd want to do that every
But
single day.
now I get into people want to fight and stuff like that. I want to fight the refs because the refs are cheating and refs don't know what they're doing. I know the game better than the refs. So how that's just not a good situation. Plus, if I hurt my hamstring, I can't golf tomorrow. That's a worse situation.
You're that big of a golfer, huh?
I like
Don't
golf.
wanna
Yeah.
risk-
Mhm.
When
How
you
long
get
have you
into
been
it?
playing for?
I've been golfing for about 10, 11 years.
Okay, a little bit.
Yeah.
You ever want to go play golf with me?
I'd love to.
I have a country club. It's not mine.
I'd love to.
Oh, that's great. Well, consider it done.
Say less.
What about
Next week,
Next week, we're going.
let's go.
maybe recruit them to? We have a little intra-office rivalry. We have like a New York basketball team, a Chicago basketball team, a Minahan basketball team.
I'm in.
Well, he
I'm
works out of
undefeated as a
Chicago.
coach.
Yeah, me.
Want to know? I'm a great basketball coach.
Good mind?
Yep.
All right.
I listen to my players.
That's good.
Yep.
Good start.
Can I ask the nerds a question?
Of course.
So I'm familiar with Liam. We work side by side in most of the things that we do. He's the #1 ball watcher in the entire world.
He watches so much ball, his face turns red by the end.
Yeah,
of
his
the
eyes
weekend.
break.
I'm also naturally red.
Thank you, Liam.
I see.
Meek, do you watch ball to that level? Well, you and I aren't as familiar. that's
Welcome to
all.
the show.
I watch NFL, baseball, and basketball at that level. CFB not the way Liam does, but I do watch.
And not as much college basketball.
No.
College basketball products kind of got bad.
How's the U.S. Open right now, Liam?
Young Center's won 25 straight matches on the hard court. He's looking for 2024, 2024, 2025, 2025.
What's he saying?
Australian Open, U.S. Open, Australian Open, U.S. Open.
He's a huge tennis guy. Tennis doesn't do it for me. I went to the U.S. Open once. It was very different, great live watching experience. But I asked these guys, do we have to talk about the U.S. Open? It's not my wheelhouse. I would like to talk NFL. Get ready.
I'm sorry. Fritz Djokovic today is going to be monster, right?
Oh, Jay Will's a big tennis guy. I guess we got to talk tennis at some point.
I'm going to miss that.
You're
Really?
a tennis guy?
I love the U.S. Open. Like, I'm not watching every tournament like the U.S. Open, these majors and things like that. Yeah, for sure.
You
Yeah.
ever been?
Never been, no.
Oh, got to get you to the U.S. Open.
That's a big,
Beautiful flush
big, like, influencer event. All the influencers drinking their honey melon drinks and
Honeydews.
honeydews.
See, that's where it gets me. They're
Yeah.
all drinking their stuff, you know what I mean?
Taking pictures,
Yeah,
outfits. I don't always hate that, but
That's not my.
Yeah,
not my
Guys
cup
like
of
us
tea.
just want to watch some tennis.
Yeah, I'd rather
watch
watch
ball.
it at home.
Guys like
That's
Liam
like
and
us.
Jason Williams, you know the
guys
guys.
like us.
That's right.
Two of a kind.
NFL. The storyline's obviously Eagles coming in defending champs. Right now, the biggest story I would say is that Micah Parsons trade. Now, did I see yesterday that he's hurt?
He's got some back issues. Got
He has to take an epidural.
got a little.
What does that mean exactly, Meek?
He has to take a needle in his back to alleviate the pain.
Is that bad news?
It's something he has to deal with all season.
That's what women have to do when they're giving birth. Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad news.
Great.
He could be pregnant for all we know.
So,
Well, my thought is, why doesn't he just sit out for a couple weeks and get it right so he don't have to take that?
He did. He hadn't played it down of football yet this year in preseason or anything, and I don't know how long he would have to sit out. But what if Jerry Jones was right? What if trading this guy at the peak of his powers, we thought at the peak of his powers, getting 2 first-round picks and a player, what if this was a stroke of genius by Jerry Jones? Nobody has mentioned that.
well, they had kind of now with the injury. I think people are saying that, like, oh, Jerry did it again. But is this something that can just develop? Like, how did this trade go through if you know he's hurt? Anyone?
I got nothing on that one.
Yeah, I got nothing on that one.
Like,
he
if
has
you're-
to go through his physical, so he clearly passed his physical.
The opportunity to get a player of Micah Parsons is so rare that you're kind of just going to
Packers
overlook
can
the
just-
physical.
You think they knew that?
I think they knew it entirely.
You're not
Just
sending your best doctors to that visit? Is that what you're saying?
I think they have their own doctors and just made their own
Okay.
assumption.
I mean, yeah, because every single organization is going to have their own doctors make their true objective opinion. And the thoughts could vary from team to team. So maybe Dallas was super worried of it. Maybe Green Bay didn't see it as a problem and that they could treat it. It's like what Vegas did with Jack Eichel. There's so many. Buffalo didn't want to have anything to do with Eichel and his neck.
Sometimes the teams will just waive the physical too. Like they're saying, Micah Parsons. Yeah, if I can get Micah Parsons, I'm not worried about his knee being hurt right now.
But I'm just assuming this is all preseason hullabaloo. This epidural, this back. I'm assuming maybe say he misses one game or whatever. We get in the meat of the season. Micah Parsons is going to be a difference maker for the Green Bay Packers.
He'll probably
For
get
sure.
a sack on Sunday, and you're not even going to think
Yeah, you're not even going to think about it. This is just something you only.
By doing some epidural celebration.
I said I told the nerds they could talk as much as they want. Did you guys watch the? And I assume we can do this on. We're on Fox Sports 1. You mentioned other networks. Anyways, the Netflix doc on the Cowboys. I thought it was superb.
Unbelievable.
I haven't watched it yet. I did read the book by Jeff Pearlman, which I believe it's based
I did
on.
as well.
Which is fantastic.
What do you mean?
Winning Time and this doc were both based on Jeff Pearlman books.
Yeah, no. This is a documentary on the Cowboys. I don't know that you just say it was based on a book. It's a documentary about the Cowboys.
Fair enough. I think the documentary arose from after the book Boys Will Be Boys was published by Jeff Pearlman, which documented the 1990s Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, which I was fascinated because I was old enough to know. I was old enough to remember being 5 or 6 years old when the Cowboys won. Did I understand?
I was old enough to remember when I was 5 or 6 and the Cowboys won.
But I didn't appreciate how good Aikman and Irving and Smith were. So the things that
They even passed that, like Nate, all the guys.
Yeah, the things that fascinate me are things I know a little bit about, but you weren't old enough to truly appreciate. So when that book, I picked up that book at my uncle's house, and the first few pages is Irving doing the thing at the barbershop. I'm like, oh, I'm hooked. And I didn't know how much of a circus it was, and obviously Emmitt Smith's holdout and the Herschel Walker trade and Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones going at each other. Fascinating. So I thought the documentary was awesome the way they played it out too.
But when you were a kid and the Dodgers won the World Series in '55, do you like going back and visiting that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love the doc. By the way, the meter
What are you
is up.
jumping on?
I was making fun of him being
Fair
older
enough.
than
But
me.
then you gave me a little bit of a smirk.
I just looked at you.
All right.
I was looking for approval.
We're bonding over Perlman.
Agree with see this headline right here? Agree with Jerry runs the team. I've said this a million times. First of all, I came out with more respect. The part I didn't know about, and I was the Cowboys dynasty is right. Like I remember it all, like it was yesterday. Hard to believe it's 30 years ago. But I didn't know how he got the team in the oil and the gambling and the risk taking and his impact on the league, and even part when he came out with the Nike stuff and redoing how the league does deals and marketing, came out with so much more respect for Jerry Jones. I've always been a Jerry Jones guy, and I would run my team exactly how Jerry Jones runs the team. I don't care if you think you're smarter than me. It's my team.
Okay.
I bought the team. It's my money. I'm going to call the plays. And all I ask for my owner is that he cares truly about winning as much as I do. And there's no way he doesn't. They have him in the video. I forget what game they're losing. I think it may have been the Packers when they lost a playoff game to the Packers. And he's tearing like a napkin. You can see his insides being eaten. That's all I want from an owner. Now, has he been a good GM? Has he made mistakes? Does he want the passing? Absolutely. All those things are true. But it's his team. He put the money up. He risked the life. He runs it. His whole life is the Cowboys. He's not one of these distant owners. If I was a Cowboy fan, I can take the losing because I know that guy cares as much as I do. I love the documentary.
So I respect your take on that. Like, I get it. I get why you would like a guy who's so passionate about it and just lives and dies with everything. But now it's just, 2025, every ownership is so corporate and stale, and like we're used to these guys that treat these things as like super businesses, and they don't want to do anything risky at all. So he is like a throwback to the 90s and the 80s. Owners used to be like this a lot more. So I get that. But the problem is when you do put yourself in the GM spot, you take the criticism of the GM, and that is a lot more. You're going to get a lot. If you're not winning, and they haven't won in a very long time, he's going to get that criticism of GM. What if he could just be a passionate owner who had a GM work under him and did it like that?
For sure. You can absolutely do it that way, and that's an option. But I love football.
Yeah.
I think I'd be one of the great offensive minds in the history of the game. I honestly think play calling, I'm smarter than 99% of the play calls. I may not be X's and O's and pull guards and power trap and all this.
Well, see, that's opposing ideals, what you just said. You'd be one of the best play callers, but you don't understand pulling guards.
No.
He has Kadic for that.
Exactly.
I'm not doing the X's and O's of where the guards are. I'm saying, hey, it's 3rd and 7, and I can tell the flow of this game, and I know they're going to blitz, and I know if we run a little draw play, it's going to pop for 10 yards. A lot of these guys have dumps in their pants calling plays. They're so nervous about screwing up, they don't think outside the box. And, like, how many times you sit there and you're like, what a stupid play call. How dumb are you? Why are you running the ball up the middle on 3rd and 2 when they have 13 guys in the box? The play call, not the structure of, hey, the guard pulls here and does that. So it is a little subtle difference on I said. I could do pass, run, where are we going? I think better than 99% of the play callers.
How much richer do you need to get to afford an NFL team?
Not even close.
Could it happen in this lifetime?
No.
Because I would like to see it. I'd like to see you either succeed or fail. I'd love to see you fail.
No, I'm not even close. But I honestly believe that. I know people are going to sit there and be like, and I even get that on the big noon kickoff. He didn't play football. Why is he on this show? What is that? That means nothing. You have absolute morons who coach. You have morons who are GMs. You have just as many GMs missing on picks as you do on hitting on picks. You have guys with big salary caps in different sports who have horrible teams. What, a fan? I watch a lot of sports. People think I don't. I do.
And vice versa. Just because you play the game doesn't necessarily make you a good coach either.
Correct.
No. Everybody stop. No, we're not going to sit here and allow Dave Portnoy to say,
Brandon, he's right, Brandon.
Stop.
No, I will talk right now.
I watch a lot of football. I know how to call plays better than offensive coordinators.
Brandon, how many GMs in sports have been great players and great GMs? There's very, very few. There's like Jerry West and Larry
Did you put this show together just so everybody would agree with you? Is that what you brought him in to agree and the nerds agreeing with you? No, we're not going to sit here and say Dave Portnoy would be the greatest play caller in the NFL. That's not what we're going to do.
I think I'd be very good. Not everybody would. Rico would be bad. I don't know how you would be.
You would be bad. You'd be awful. You'd be terrible.
Why?
Because you're not a football coach.
Who cares? But I have a very intelligent mind. I started this company from scratch. I clearly am an intelligent guy who can take risks. A lot of these play callers are so freaking boring. It's like run, pass, run, pass. The element of surprise and attack and doing the unexpected is what makes a good play caller.
Did you watch UNC last night?
I did.
Ray Kitchen should not have a job.
Run, pass.
At no point did I think, boy.
Run, pass.
They'd be a lot better if Dave was calling the plays.
I'm not
I mean, they lost 48-14.
I really don't think I'd be a good play caller. I'm not saying the X's and O's of the execution. I'm saying
concepts and just when to call what. That's what you're saying.
You gotta be able to read the defenses, things like that too, to be able to call.
The quarterback, absolutely, you adapt, but that's at the line. And let me tell you something that you probably don't know about me. Powder puff. We play in high school, powder puff. Girls football. They play Thanksgiving Day, your rival town, right? I was the coach of my powder puff team.
Yeah.
To this day, we scored the most points in the history of that game. I had plays that they didn't even know were coming. I know you're laughing. I don't know why you think it's such an impossible. Do you think I'm a smart guy?
I do think you're a smart guy. I think you're a smart guy. I think you're a good boss. I don't think you'd be a great play caller. I think you believe calling a pass when they're expecting a run and calling a run when they're expecting a pass is what you would excel at. They'd figure you out in seconds.
No,
seconds.
They wouldn't, because they'd think they'd figure me out, and then I'd be two-step. Some of these people are not like overly strategic, risk-taking, smart. Like they're football guys.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
Would you like line up on second down to punt and pass it?
No, I want punt on second.
I'm not going to sit here and agree with them about
Liam.
that, Brandon. I'm not going to do that. But I do have a thought that maybe I think you might be at your smartest when you're in high school and have nothing else to do. I would actually like to see a high schooler be the GM of a team and see what happens.
That's a crazy take.
No, I think.
Well,
I think
the Jets are that right now with Brick Johnson. It's not looking
true.
great. So.
That's fair. I think I was at my smartest when I was in high school.
I'm saying a paradigm shift. I know people think it's great, but you're so in the world of football, something that's out and thinking way outside the box and different. Again, I'll never be able to prove. Well,
you have to consider.
I have an idea.
Oh no!
Yeah, you guys got to coach a game against each other.
I know who's going to love this idea. Because Rapoli, Mike Rapoli, who basically bought the UFL.
Oh.
And he's dying to get me involved in this league.
And you're going to get involved as a play caller?
What if
you're on the other side? Put your money where your mouth is at this point.
Let me do it. I think Rapoli would let me see if
At no point did I say I would be an elite play caller, because I have sense about football. I know there are coaches out there.
Do you think
I don't know
you'd be better than him? Do you think you'd be better than him?
I don't even know that we can make this work here. If I call him and put him on speakerphone, will we be able to? All right. Let's see if he's going to.
You're going to call somebody involved with the UFL right now and ask to call plays.
Yeah, and you got to be the defensive coordinator against his.
No, I don't. I didn't say.
I want you to.
What do you think's better, him, the defensive coordinator, or the other offensive coordinator? Because then whose offense is better?
They're going
It'd
to
be
kick us
good
off the air.
content, Brandon.
Depends on who's got the better players.
Or
FS1, I don't know why you even did that.
first half, second half, same team.
All right. I'll text him. We can send him the Zoom link.
Right?
He's probably still complaining about
I think that might be the way to go.
Mindframe. Rapoli owns Mindframe, the horse.
Yeah.
Anybody see this horse clip? Yesterday, the $1 million race, Jockey Club. And Irad Ortiz is on his horse, one of the favorites, Mindframe. There's a collision. A horse cuts off the jockey. I'm a horse racing guy. I'm wearing a Saratoga shirt. The jockey, Irad, gets bumped off his horse, is sitting on the horse next to two jockeys on one horse. Then he tries to jump back on his horse, misses, almost got trampled. He would have been dead. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. If we can pull up the clip, I'm talking about it. Let me text Rapoli and tell him. He's never one to miss a TV hit, so he may get back to me real quick. I want to talk. We're on, hey, Mike.
You're talking out your text message?
That's right.
Yes, we're on FS1 Live and want you to come on. And want you to come on. I sent that.
There's the horse.
Watch this. This is crazy. So he's.
Have you seen this?
Pause it.
I haven't.
Pause it.
Freeze it.
Sorry to yell there. The gray horse, that is White Obario. The horse to the left on the screen is Mindframe. That jockey on the left is going to end up on the gray horse with him, then fall off and almost get trampled. Okay, roll it. 2-on-1.
What?
Then he tries to get back, and then he almost gets run over. There's another clip. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in a horse race.
If you fall off a horse in a horse race, are you DQ'd?
Yeah. Yes, the horse cannot win. But you could die. If that horse hits you.
Oh, he got lucky. Did he get lucky? Is he okay?
Very lucky.
Okay.
Everyone's okay.
Yeah, because it looks like the back horse avoids him, luckily.
Yeah.
Thank God.
All right.
What?
Everyone, let's just take a deep breath.
Please.
We got off kilter a little bit.
You got off kilter by projecting yourself as one of the best coaches in America.
I actually.
Play caller.
All right, so me and Jay were half trying to figure out, what do you think is the best way to do this? You do offense. He's the defensive
It's
coordinator.
not a
It
competition.
has nothing to do with him. He never said his defensive
Correct.
coordinator.
Yeah.
Why do you do that? That's how get the meter.
Put it back up.
No, I don't agree with
I thought
Peter.
he was saying he could be a better play caller than you.
No,
At no
when,
point.
when did he say that?
I think we would equally be bad. I don't think he'd be good. I don't think I'd be good.
But we
I
should
just-
find out who's better, so then do
It
it.
has nothing to do with that. You're creating an argument that we didn't have.
It's about his confidence and it being irrational, and he thinks it's rational.
Hand to God, on my mother's life, I'm not exaggerating for TV. I think I would be a superb play caller. Did Mike Martz ever play football? He didn't, right?
Mike Martz was in football his whole life,
Did
though.
Mike Martz ever play football?
No idea.
Matt Patricia was a nuclear scientist. He never played football. Let's go to break.
I might not be here when we get back.
Oh, we're still here. I'm fiddling around.
We also have a tweet from Kirk.
Minahan,
Yes. If you'd like to see that.
what did Kirk say? Yeah, I mean. All right, back. Winding down the first ever show, Wake Up Barstool. What is there chatter?
Yeah, we could find some chatter.
I bet there is.
There's
now.
got to be some chatter
Also,
about
Mike
your
Martz
offensive
did play
coordinator.
football.
He did?
He played 4 years at San Diego.
I could have sworn Mike Martz did not play football.
San Diego, Mesa College, University of California, and Fresno State. So he played three different schools.
Maybe he didn't play NFL football.
No, I didn't think he played any
Football at all.
But all right, NFL takes. If we want to have them, I guess. Season starting obviously Thursday. I'm a Patriots fan. I'm for the first time in a bunch of years. I'm very excited. I love the quarterback Drake May. Love Vrabel. I think the defense is going to be a lot better. So for Patriot fans, I think the first time in really since the Brady era, there's some real excitement and things to root for. So I'm looking forward to the season. I think the Eagles are a absolutely worthy favorite to repeat. Chiefs, too much stuff going on for me. I think their dynasty, their window.
Too much stuff in what way? Just the engagement?
The Taylor, the Travis. He's a little bit older. I mean, the quarterback's great, team's great, coach is great. But I think the worthy favorite's probably the Eagles. Lamar, he's a thing. Josh Allen, he's a thing. The Redskins, the Commanders, they're a team to watch. Nothing new.
Nothing new. I think that's the big thing this year. Last year, the Commanders kind of came out of nowhere. I don't see who the out-of-nowhere team is this year. The favorites seem so rock solid at the top. The Eagles, the Bills, the Ravens. We're waiting for Lamar to break through. We're waiting for Josh Allen to break through. But
Broncos?
Broncos kind of had that movement last year, too, and the Lions did it a couple of years ago. But who's the team now that's coming from the back of the pack and getting up there? Listen, I make fun of you for a lot of things. You did the same thing with Mac Jones, but Drake May is a real dude. And they do look a lot better than they were, so I'm not going to hate on you for that one.
The Lions obviously were decimated by injuries.
They were decimated by injuries, and then I don't know, with losing the offensive coordinator, I don't know how long their window's open. The Niners' window seems like it has closed. I just don't know who is the next team to come up and be like in the AFC or NFC championship game that you just didn't expect, like the Commanders last year.
Maybe.
Will the Packers fall into that?
The Packers would fall into it a little bit, but not really, especially now that they added Micah Parsons. I think that took them
they're
from
the second favorite in the NFC.
Oh, really?
They're like a hair above the Lions.
They're like a top
that would
five
be
or
out of
six
nowhere.
Super Bowl favorite.
But they were. It's fair to say they were expected to do that last year, and they were a little disappointing.
They were definitely disappointing.
Minnesota came out of nowhere and went 14-3 last year. Or whatever.
I think two teams that maybe
Kevin
fit your
O'Connell
mold is the Falcons could maybe come out of nowhere and pop off, and maybe the Texans have like a much better season than they had last year.
So the Texans, another disappointing team last
year. They were my preseason Super Bowl pick. Their defense was okay. Their offensive line was garbage. So here's the odds for the Super Bowl. We can just go down. All yes or no. We'll do this. Yes or no, they can win the Super Bowl.
Sure, yeah.
So we'll go Bills. Yes.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, realistically, in every major sport, there's only 4 or 5 teams at the beginning of every year that have the chance to win.
I think there's way more here. Like,
you do?
I think the Ravens, you can say yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Eagles, yes.
Yes.
No doubt.
Chiefs, yes.
Yes.
Packers, yes.
Yes.
Lions, yes.
I'm out on the Lions.
I'm kind of out on the Lions.
Why?
I think losing Ben Johnson's like
Get out of here! Listen,
He's a play caller, Dave.
It's the Jimmys and Joes, not the X's and O's.
They have Isaac Tesla now.
It's a rookie wide receiver.
Rookie wide receiver that nobody knows but him.
Oh, he could be
They
the
lost
next
both
Luka,
coordinators, right?
Yeah. Aaron Glenn went to the Jets.
Listen, I come from a franchise. 6 Super Bowl rings. I have 6. And we were losing coordinator after coordinator after coordinator after coordinator.
You had Tom Brady.
Yeah.
They don't have Tom Brady.
They have Jared Goff, who I'm not a big fan of.
They're loaded. So I'm saying they can win the Super Bowl.
I would side with Meek and say I think their window might have been the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm out
Okay,
on the line.
let's clip this. I'm almost rooting for it. Commanders, yes, I think they can win the Super Bowl.
I think they could too.
I say no to them as well.
So you end it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think I have 5. I think I have 5.
I think the Bengals can win the Super Bowl.
Not
Need
with
that
that
defense
defense.
to improve.
I think I like the Bengals more than the other teams. I think the Bengals are the team that the defense has gotten them, behind their skis the last couple of years, and then Burrow still almost did it. I do think the defense is going to come a little bit of a long way here.
Chargers? No chance for the Chargers?
No, I think
If they know the other team's plays, perhaps.
Yeah, I hear you.
well, speaking of that,
Fair.
there is a story. Brandon just took a cheap shot at Michigan.
He did.
We call him Buckeye Brandon. There is a story, and I didn't really want to give it too much air because I don't like to do things like that. It's innuendo at this point. CBS News did report it that supposedly there was a mole on the Michigan team, an Ohio State mole, a player who was stealing things off laptops, illegally recording Connor Stallions, who was working.
Illegally recording the guy who was illegally recording everybody?
Again, when we say illegally recording, we're talking about walking into the stand.
Well, you just said illegally recording.
Yeah, this is what the mole was doing. I don't know how much truth is there, but I'm hearing that potentially this guy was ineligible for breaking the law, and Ohio State may have to vacate everything, which would be quite the turn of events.
So, Tom,
CBS News.
Give me a quick. Yeah, we're on Fox. Give me a quick 30.
It was reported by CBS News.
You're saying that the big scandal that you see on the horizon could be the fact that a player was taking information from Connor Stallions, who himself was illegally getting information. That's what the NCAA said, not what I said. Who himself was getting illegal information, and this could bring Ohio State down. That's what you're
I
saying?
don't want to relitigate this over and over, but anybody who thinks Connor Stallions was doing anything, he was just better at his job.
Well, the NCAA thinks he was. That's why they gave him a lifetime ban.
Well, that's because somebody was stealing stuff off his computer and framing him. Anyways, so back to this NFL here.
How do we go back?
Bills, yes. Ravens, yes. Eagles, yes. Chiefs, yes. Packers, yet. I'm a yes on Lions. You're a yes on Lions.
I'm a yes. They got a chance.
Yeah, Lions.
You're no
I'm
on
a no
Lions.
on Lions, yeah.
Commanders, yes.
They got a chance.
I'm a no on Commanders.
Long shot.
I think their roster's too old.
I think I'm done at
They
5.
have a quarterback, but I think their roster's not good enough.
I think the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, they're going to be horrible.
However, I think the better the Steelers are, the better the NFL is, correct?
You want a good Steelers team.
I do, because I think it's better for the NFL.
Why do you like the
completely
Steelers
agree
like
with
that?
that.
I just think the Steelers, when you think NFL, the Steelers are one of the first teams that pop up.
I don't disagree with it either, but I think there's a couple I feel like Cowboys are one of those teams.
For
Like,
sure.
when the Cowboys are good when the Steelers are good. Like I get that, but no, I think the NFL is great regardless. I don't get that.
Okay.
I think people do it in college football too. They do it and they say, well, college football is better when Nebraska is good. No, it's better for Nebraska fans.
Right.
I totally disagree with that. The NFL, I don't think it matters as much. College football, I 100%. Good Notre Dame, good Michigan. I don't know about Nebraska, but the Blue Bloods, you want them good. Oklahoma, absolutely.
Michigan went 7-5 last year. College football was great. College football doesn't check up a bit if Michigan goes 6-6
Can I ask
every year.
this is unbiased to the Nerd
They're
Squad.
not unbiased to you.
No. I'm asking an unbiased question, then we'll go to break. I see the break thing. What was the most memorable regular season game last year in the college football schedule? Unbiased.
The game, Michigan, Ohio State.
Thank you. But it
No,
was.
it wasn't. That game was awful.
That was the most memorable game, most talked about game, most important game of the season. Without
one
doubt.
do you-
Georgia, Alabama was incredible last year.
Georgia,
remember that?
Alabama.
I don't even remember the
would
final
probably
score of
be
that game.
You just
It was a good game, but you
brought
said
him-
Michigan didn't matter.
You're flying that guy out just to agree with you? That's what we're doing? That's all
I
he's doing.
just disagreed with him on the Lions.
It was the most memorable game of the season. Let's go to
Yeah,
break, and
probably
then we're going to
Georgia,
end this
Georgia,
thing.
Bama.
Well, you're an SEC guy.
Yeah.
We're going to end this segment with what we're going to do trending. I wanted to do this. Just what's happening now on real time. See the subjects. We can chime in and go from there.
Got it.
All right, back. Last segment. I want to do trending. Like, I didn't want this to be just sports show. So I did want to talk about anything that could be trending. Maybe it's sports, maybe it's not. So I'm just going down right now. These are the worldwide trends. Do you guys want to throw it? I'll just go down. Well, Belichick, we already talked about. He's the number 2 trend. Can't be good. Luckily for him, I don't think he pays much attention to what's going on. Oh, here we go. So we have it on here. So we can put this on the why is it not on that screen? Because that's too far. Okay, so here we go. I don't know what give rep means. What's that? I guess I got to go in.
Hashtag give rep.
Let's see what it is. I'm going in. They don't want to go in because it could show something.
That's crypto.
Oh, right up the alley. That
There you
probably
go.
just spiked it. We probably just give it a big one.
Teed it up for Chicago.
You messing with that? Crypto?
No.
R.I.P. Graham Greene, actor that was in Dances with Wolves.
I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. Chicago, I know. We're here.
Yeah, I know Chicago.
Good day in Chicago.
Gio Lopez.
Gio Lopez, tough game, got injured.
Did you expect him to be good?
I'm a Gio guy. I think he throws a very pretty football. I think last night was just bad.
Man, that first drive.
That
really
first
fooled
drive
you.
was nice, but this is a common occurrence. We should do a first drive overreactions segment one of these days because people watch the scripted opening and they lose their marbles. You gotta watch the whole game, player.
Belichick's got to get a better player than Gio Lopez, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They tried to go for Nico. They couldn't do business with Nico. Scam artist family.
And Nico's
now I'm
not very
stuck
good.
with
Nico with one of the great. We had that segment too, which we totally forgot. We were supposed to do a segment right when the stock market opens every day, and it's going to be who's up and down in the world. It would have been perfect for Nico being
way down.
I mean, he couldn't have gone lower on my stocks.
Yeah, he was terrible. The Rock is trending because he lost weight.
Have
correct?
you seen Skinny Rock?
Yeah.
So this is for a movie though, correct?
I guess. I
Put up Skinny
How
Rock.
much weight did he lose?
I hate it. I hate it. I don't know who made the decision to make Rock skinny. I'm 46, and I think when I saw Rock without muscles, it meant my childhood was finally over.
Big wrestling guy.
I'm a big wrestling guy, sure, but The Rock is supposed to have big muscles. He's supposed to be an intimidating guy. He's supposed to be, let's be honest, The Rock's a beautiful man, and now he's Skinny Rock. He's not, this isn't The Rock.
I think that though was for a movie. I saw him. He was. I
Is he
believe,
going to get it right back, though?
probably. I
Okay.
believe he was weeping, like
Nick has it.
for the smashing. What is that movie?
Yeah, but he's a UFC fighter.
What
in that
movie
one.
is he in?
The Smashing Machine or something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why
does
would I
Wow.
lost-
He looks like my grandfather right before my grandfather died. I don't want The Rock to look like that.
That's not the Rock I grew up with.
Not The Rock I grew up with either.
Yeah.
That's not. Listen, I don't know. There's a lot of sure things in this world, and The Rock being, big and built is one of them. I don't want to live in a world where he's not. I guess I'm the only one passionate about The Rock's muscles.
So I am confused on how this show works. Like I'm looking at myself on air. That's like I'm pointing on air, but we're looking at the screen. So the screen is not on air. That's just for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Got it. So people aren't seeing The Rock.
Well, they were seeing it before.
At times they see.
At times
At
they
others,
see.
they'll just see you, and you're looking up there talking and looking, and it's going well.
All right.
The Rock was like big, then he went out of this world big.
Yes. Yeah.
But he don't look good right there at all.
No, he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good at all. But he is
How
like
quickly did he do it? Because I
sneaky.
feel like
He's like 53 now.
2 weeks ago I would have seen him and he was out of this month.
There's
Right.
a lot of wrestling trending. Becky.
Yeah, Becky. Becky turned on. She joined her husband, her real life husband, on the screen the other day, which was fantastic. AJ Lee is trending. AJ Lee is CM Punk's wife, and
She smacked him last night.
Becky smacked CM Punk last night, and there's thoughts that AJ Lee's going to return to be beside CM Punk. She's been gone for a long time.
Are you going to the Friday nights here in Chicago?
Can't, but I have the tickets.
You gotta
gonna
work?
Give them away. I got to go to Iowa. I got to go to Ames, Iowa this weekend for college football.
Very excited. College football, our
Yeah.
game day show will be there. It's an early kick. We're going to be, I believe, 8 a.m. in Ames. So everybody who's out there, come join the show. You know who else was going crazy, trending, was our boy Gruden. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
Gruden played golf with Trump weeks ago. And then, I don't know if there's rumors Trump's dead. So
Or at the very least missing.
yeah, missing. And then Trump posted his account, a picture of him playing golf with Gruden, but it was from, I texted Gruden, I go, you played golf with him again? He's like, no, that's weeks ago. So people are using this like the Zapruder film, being like, this is from weeks ago, maybe he is dead, maybe he's not. So Gruden became the part of a political controversy. Quite interesting. We're wrapping up the first show ever, Wake Up Barstool. Now, yeah, 5950. Thank you. So there's like 30 seconds. Tomorrow's show. Does somebody have tomorrow's Wake Up Barstool? Who is hosting?
T-Bob's hosting. I'll be in this chair probably. I've got the Mostly Sports crew. I got Kyle Bauer over there in the nerd seat. That is who we got. That is who we got for now. So KB No Swag will be making his FS1 debut tomorrow.
And please, we do want feedback. This is a show in progress. Kind of try to take feedback. As everything we do with Barstool, we kind of learn on the fly, see what works, see what sticks, see what doesn't stick. This show will probably look very different in the coming weeks. 4, 3, 2.
You don't have to count it down.
1, out.